Welcome. Today, we're diving into a spiritual tradition that's truly one of a kind. It has no single founder, no one single holy book, and a history that goes back more than 4,000 years. We're going to unpack the core beliefs and the incredible legacy of Hinduism.
So to get us started, let me ask you a question. What is the world's oldest living religion? You know, one that's been around for millennia but still shapes the lives of over 1 billion people today? Well, you guessed it, it's Hinduism.
Here's a quick look at where we're headed. We'll kick things off with its ancient roots, then look at its really unique origins. After that, we'll get into its core philosophy, the cycle of life, before checking out its gods and amazing festivals. And finally, we'll talk about why it all still matters today.
Okay, let's jump right into Section 1. To really get a handle on Hinduism, you have to appreciate just how massive its history is, how deep its roots go.
I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. Over 4,000 years. This isn't just some ancient faith from the history books. It's a living, breathing tradition that started in South Asia, right around the Indus River, and it's been growing and changing ever since.
And that incredible history brings us to our next section, and to something that makes Hinduism so different. How does a religion this big even start without one single person leading the way?
This is a really key point. You can't point to one prophet or one founder. Instead, Hinduism just sort of grew organically over thousands of years. It's like a giant river formed from hundreds of smaller streams of beliefs, stories, and local traditions all flowing together.
And you can see that long, slow evolution right here. Its earliest roots go all the way back to the ancient Indus Valley civilization. Then, way later, all these beliefs and oral traditions started getting written down and shaped into these foundational texts called the Vedas. All right, now we're getting to the philosophical heart of Hinduism. These next three ideas, karma, dharma, and reincarnation, they're like the engine of the whole belief system. They explain the soul's journey and our place in the universe. First up, karma. Now, you've probably heard this term before, right? But its core meaning is pretty deep. Your actions, and even your thoughts, they all have consequences. It's not about good points versus bad points. It's this universal law of cause and effect. The choices you make ripple out and shape your life, now and in the future.
Next is dharma. You can kind of think of this as your personal mission, your moral compass. It's about doing what you're meant to do, doing the right thing, and basically living your life in a way that adds to the balance and order of the universe. It's your purpose.
And finally, we have reincarnation. This is the idea that the soul doesn't just get one shot. After a person dies, their soul is reborn into a new body to keep going on its journey. The ultimate goal? To finally reach a state of spiritual freedom and peace.
So here's where it all clicks together. It's a cycle. Your dharma, your duty, guides what you do. Your karma is the result of those actions. And this whole dynamic just keeps playing out life after life through reincarnation. See how they're all connected? It's a really beautiful system.
Okay, so we've covered the deep philosophy. Now let's get into how the divine is actually celebrated. This is where the faith just explodes with color and sound and community.
This is a really important idea to get. So Hinduism has many, many gods and goddesses, but most followers see them as different faces of one single universal spirit, which is called Brahman. Brahman is the ultimate reality, the thing that connects everything in existence.
Now, among the best-known gods, you have these three. Together, they represent the cosmic cycle of life, right? Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the protector, who keeps everything in balance, and Shiva is the transformer, who clears the way for new creation.
And this faith is celebrated with some absolutely incredible festivals. Take two of the most famous. You've got Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which celebrates the victory of good over evil. And then there's Holi, the Festival of Colors, which is this joyful, wild celebration of spring and new beginnings.
So, why does all this still matter? Why do these ancient ideas, some thousands of years old, still connect with so many people today? Let's talk about the timeless wisdom that continues to shape lives all over the world. When you boil it all down, these teachings give you a pretty powerful guide for just living. The idea of karma gives you a real sense of personal responsibility. The belief in a universal spirit encourages a deep respect for all living things. It's a whole framework built on one simple idea: your choices matter.
And honestly, this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about a bunch of rules. It's about a journey, a path. The whole point is to live a good life, to live with intention, so that your soul can get closer and closer to that ultimate state of peace and freedom.
And that's where I want to leave you.
As we wrap this up, just think about this for a second. What if we saw our everyday jobs, our roles in our families, everything we do? What if we saw it not as just a bunch of tasks, but as our dharma, our personal sacred duty? How much would that change the way we approach our lives every single day?